let's talk about the in-between. The in-between of the mindset shift of where you used to be and where you're heading. Because a lot of people know God is always orchestrating everything behind the scenes and preparing you for what he has. You can see the vision, but it's nowhere near what he has in store for you. And the in-between is where you're being molded, you're being shaped, you're being prepared, you're being strengthened, mentally prepared, spiritually prepared, physically prepared, all of that. So he's preparing you for what he has in store for you. And a lot of times we don't see it because it's like when you're in it, you don't really see what's really going on. Sometimes it's hard for you to see it. Sometimes it's hard for you to see past what you're going through in the situation that you're in right now. Some people don't have a vision. Some people can't envision themselves in a better place that they're in right then and there. That's when it's really important to just start being still and just kind of reflect on what you're really going through. What I like to do is I like to just look back on the past of how far I came and where I'm at right now. I may not have the house that I want, and I may not be making the type of money that I want to make, but look how far I've come. Even if I haven't come that far financially, but just look at how far you've come mentally. Look at how much wiser you are. Look at how much more discernment you have. So those things are very important for where God is going to take you and the places that he's going to have you seated and the people that he's going to have you seated with. You're going to have to be able to hold conversations with people of a certain caliber. So in order for you to be able to hold a conversation with these type of people, you have to have a certain type of mentality. You have to have a certain type of oomph about you. So in order for you to get to that level, you have to go through some things. You have to miss out on some things. You have to make sacrifices. You have to mentally prepare yourself for the things that God has in store for you. You can't just skip steps and end up in this place of financial freedom or a resourceful life with all of these people, places, and things. You have to go through things in order to get to where God has called you to be. In order for you to be a good steward over the money that's going to be coming in, you had to go through bad credit. You had to be wasteful with your money sometimes, because that's when you're going to be more grateful. You're going to be a good steward over these things because you already know how it feels to go without. You know how it feels to go hungry some nights. You know how it feels to not have a car, to not have no transportation, to not have a way for you and your kids to get back and forth to certain places. You know how it feels to be homeless. You know how it feels. So in order for you to appreciate the things that God has in store for you, you have to go through some things. All of these lessons and trials and the things that are not working out, the things that you think are not working out, when they really are working out for your greater good, because God is always orchestrating behind the scenes. But because these things are happening to you, you're going to be wise enough to be able to sustain it. So instead of you looking at it as like a failure, or I'm not where I want to be in life, or I'm a failure, you have to speak life into your situation. Speak life over your children. Speak life over your family. You have to speak life and believe that things are going to work out for your greater good, because they are. They are.